Present-day technologies are driven by electromagnetic waves. In today's class, we will be learning about the uses of electromagnetic waves. This is exquisite, and you are welcome to the class.
Okay.
We will start with radio waves. Radio waves are mostly used for communication. For example, in television and radio broadcasting.
And also for satellite communication.
Yes, the reason is that radio waves can be transmitted through air, or even through empty space.
And if they are absorbed by human bodies, they cause no harm because they have very low frequencies.
That's correct. For those reasons, they are very well suitable for wireless communication. Basically, information is encoded into the waves before they are transmitted through transmission antennas, like the types we see at radio broadcasting stations.
And then, the waves can be received by receiver antennas, such as the ones attached to our radios and televisions at home.
Correct. When the waves are received, the information that was encoded in them are now decoded. And that is exactly how we get to listen to voices on radio, and movies on our televisions.
Okay. How about microwaves?
Microwaves are also used for communication, especially for satellite and mobile phone communications. And in addition, they are used for cooking, as in our microwave ovens.
Okay.
Then the infrared waves.
Can they also be used for communication?
Yes, for short-distance communications, like our remote controls. They are also used for cooking, as in electrical heaters and cookers.
Oh, I see. They share a lot in common with microwaves.
Yes, they do. And in addition, they are also used in thermal imaging cameras, to detect people in the dark.
You mean that we can see humans in the dark using infrared?
Yes, because human bodies generally possess some amount of heat, and because of this, they emit infrared waves. We cannot see these infrared waves with our eyes because their frequencies are higher than what the human eye can detect.
Okay.
So, using thermal imaging cameras, we can detect the infrared waves, even in the dark, and that way, we are able to see human beings in very dark places.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes. Then, the visible light waves.
I know visible light waves is the light our eyes can detect. We therefore use them to see things around us.
Great. We call that illumination.
Okay.
We also use visible light waves for photography. That is for the pictures we take using our cameras and phones.
I see.
We can also use visible light for fiber communications.
Communication again? What is fiber communication?
This is a type of communication done through some tiny kind of wires that are made from glass or plastic, known as optic fibers.
Oh. Different from the normal wires?
Yes, normal wires are made from metals, and they have some disadvantages, like signal losses, and interference of electromagnetic waves. Signal transmission through optic fibers don't have these disadvantages.
I get it. So light waves are used to transmit signals through optic fibers?
Yes. Then ultraviolet waves. They have frequencies higher than light waves, and so can be harmful to our human bodies. For this reason, they are used to kill bacteria during water disinfection. They are also produced in fluorescent lamps, but fluorescent materials put in those lamps are used to absorb them, and then re-emit them as visible light, which are no longer harmful to our bodies.
Okay.
Then finally, the X-rays and gamma rays.
I remember that X-rays are used in hospitals to take photographs of bones and inner tissues of our bodies.
That's correct.
In one of our previous classes on electromagnetic waves, you also taught me that X-rays and gamma rays are ionizing radiations, and so, they can be used to treat cancer.
Correct, they do so by killing the cancerous cells. So can you give us a summary of uses of electromagnetic waves before we go?
Yes. 1. Radio waves are used for radio and television communication. 2. Microwaves are used for cooking, and for satellite and mobile phone communications. 3. Infrared waves are used for cooking, for short-distance communication, and for thermal imaging. 4. Visible light waves are used for illumination, for photography, and for optical fiber communication. 5. Ultraviolet waves are used for water disinfection, and for lighting in fluorescent lamps. And finally, X-rays and gamma rays are used for bone and inner body tissue imaging, and for treating cancer.
Great. That brings us to the end of this module on electromagnetic waves. See you when we start a new module.